I think my girlfriend is ashamed of me and is trying to hide our relationship. She never calls me her boyfriend and would rather refer to me as her ride. I've been dating this girl for about 7 months now, and things have been going great. Recently, I've been catching a potential red flag in regards to her keeping our relationship hidden. We have already had the talk a while ago and established we are in a committed, serious relationship. Whenever she talks about us with friends, coworkers, etc., she never clearly calls me her boyfriend. Recently, she referred to me as her ride when I dropped her off to pick up something from a friend. She has multiple pics with her and a couple of her exes on social media from the past, but when she posted about something cool her and I did together, she chose not to include pics of us in her post, or even mention me at all. I thought she might just be a private person, but she wasn't shy about her boyfriends before, so it makes me feel like she wants to hide me for whatever reason. She has never referred to me as her boyfriend, and from what I can tell, her friends/family don't know a lot about me. I've never met anyone except her roommates. Her parents are coming down to visit, but has made no comments about me potentially meeting them or anything. After 7 months, I feel like meeting your SO's parents wouldn't be that big of a deal. I feel like this is something that I have a right to be concerned about, and I am going to confront her. But before I do, is this really something that could be considered a red flag? Definitely bring it up, but be gentle. There could be an underlying reason. Maybe like, hey, I noticed you don't really post any photos of us. Any reason? Yeah, my current SO is nervous to post pics of us together on social media because her previous relationships fell apart shortly after this happened. I was coming here to comment this. My relationships in the past haven't been great, and I decided after the last one I wasn't going to post/mention a new one until I was well into it. Like months into it, and I knew that it was solid and on a good path. In the end, your relationship is really no one else's business except your own and your partner's. As long as you're happy together, who cares about anyone else? As long as you're happy together, who cares about anyone else? Except he's not happy, and that's why he made this post. He doesn't want their relationship to be hidden, and he has every right not to want that. I know I would never accept to be with someone who uses social media and refuses to make it clear that he is taken and that I'm his partner online. Agreed, not sure if weird, but I don't care about the social media stuff. The part that would actually make me confront her is the "my ride" comment. It's the same reason, I think. Anxious about the relationship. Afraid to call him her boyfriend in case it falls apart. Additionally, my current partner did this for like a year. I found out it was because his previous partner had moved out of his house like a week before we met, and he was embarrassed of what people would think of him. He's really a wonderful partner and man, but he was just so stressed about bringing me into his life because he thought I'd run. Not to say that's the right move at all, just an understandable motive that we worked through with time and better communication. Have personally experienced situations in which the partner was trying to not announce to the world that she's with me. A lot of people do it in order to not to jinx it. I know that's not a very logical way of thinking. But the most important part of information missing here is, what did she say about this hiding business? You have not clearly asked her about this. Have a chat with her and then see if her reasoning makes sense. That's why I refuse to make myself and my partner on Sims lol. I feel like it jinxes it and is bad luck. Yeah, my BF and I broke up a month after I made us an official couple on Sims. I jinxed it so bad frown. I, 26 female, have experienced this. It can make you feel really uncomfortable and like the partner is ashamed of you. Definitely ask her what's happening. She might have a logical reason that would reassure you, but also be careful and think about whether or not those red flags compromise your standards. I hope this works out for you, bro. He needs to ask her what's up and explain how it's making him feel. Exactly. It's odd that she's all shy about mentioning who he is, but apparently has zero qualms about talking about her exes. Hasn't mentioned anything to him about meeting her parents, etc. Something obviously off, as we can all agree. Definitely needs to sit down and talk to her about this assertively without coming off mean. Not aggressive, but assertive, because his feelings are valid too, and that would make anyone feel like crap. Hopefully OP follows up with an update.
Introducing Newscaster Vocalizer is a new first-of-its-kind, groundbreaking app, which allows you to generate full-featured voiceovers from any text using direct access to Amazon-powered Newscaster Vocalizer without spending thousands of dollars. Just select a language and voice, paste your text, click a button, and it's done.
I'm sure you've had all the worst scenarios go through your head, including the ones mentioned. I'd like to counter with the best case. and really only acceptable reason. I'm male 26, by the way. I'd had a history of being very public about who I'm dating and posting it all over social media. Unfortunately, I have bad taste in women and these relationships have crashed and burned within a year. So in my case, just to avoid the embarrassment of having that publicly happen again, I've told myself I won't post much publicly about a relationship until the 6-month mark if I feel like things will really work out. That being said, it sounds like she's gone overboard with hiding you to the extent that a lot of red flags are raised. Yeah, I do the same. To be honest, I've dated a lot and I would rather people not think the person I post is just the flavor of the month. How is this the only acceptable reason? Do you have another in mind you'd like to share? This basically covers all the other possible scenarios others have put out that aren't extremely specific. She could be afraid of family backlash or a jealous offensive ex finding out and causing trouble. I've had both reasons be the explanations for similar behavior in past relationships, both of which turned out mostly positive. One is ongoing. Both fair points. I'd be wary of dating someone who was afraid of family backlash. I'd understand if their family didn't like you guys dating, but you can't hide someone like that forever. Unless you're really young and still living at home, families don't make up much of the dating experience these days, so that doesn't explain her hiding him from the other 90% of her life. As for offensive exes, that's more of a commentary on the GF thinking OP isn't man enough to understand or handle any trouble that could arise from it, which is a completely different issue. These are my opinions, of course, and I'm sure some people disagree. Some families just may take longer to warm up to the idea of their daughter having a boyfriend. OP didn't mention his or his GF's race, but as a Middle Eastern female, I know that my family is extremely conservative in this regard, and I would most likely avoid bringing him up until at least the 9 to 12 month mark. This has worked in my favor because a lot of guys are players where I live, so things don't usually pass the 3-month mark anymore. You sure she isn't in another relationship? This was my experience. He had a whole other girlfriend for 2 years. He would deploy and be with her. He would even fly us back to visit him while he was away. Speechless face. If you've been dating a man for 4 months, and you haven't met any of his friends, you are not his girlfriend. Chris Rock. I hate to be that guy and make OP worry, but the only time I was with someone who wanted to keep our relationship a secret, I ended up discovering that she was seeing someone else and lied to me about it. I have thought about this, and it's something I am considering might be going on. She moved here for school, so my thoughts go to another guy back home she wants to keep as a backup. I will update soon. Cheers, kiss. Social media is one thing, but the fact that she never calls you her boyfriend to people in person is a definite red flag. Triangular flag on post. Depends on past relationships, in my opinion. Like, the mom of my best friend had a relationship with a guy, introduced him to everyone, was part of her children's lives, and then one day he suddenly was gone and texted it was over for no reason. So her next relationship she was way more careful letting someone into all of her life. Been through this before. No answer is really good. But if she was so public before with others, and you haven't met anyone else she knows, with no plans of her introducing you to family, she is more than likely hoping that her recent ex will come back. And sadly, you may just be a rebound, or a safety net to fill the lonely. Sorry, my man. After asking her why, listen closely to the response. Nobody likes to be the second choice. That's a lot of assumptions. You shouldn't compare your relationship to something you see on social media. You should have a conversation. Maybe the conversation previously wasn't actually clear enough for her that you are BF/GF. Some guys will have that conversation with a woman and then get spooked when she calls him her BF. You have to communicate with one another. No one else can answer this for you. Crap don't make sense. My ride? The duck. For some reason that really hit hard. Why not? Oh, that's my BF, gotta go. Hell yeah, man. Bro, this crap doesn't sound right at all. You need to confront her directly. No beating around the bush. For some reason? If I were dating a girl for 7 months and she called me her ride, it'd have been ducking wrecked. Every advice in this post that doesn't involve bringing it up and communicating with your girl about the issue, like the way you communicated your concern to us, are all merely speculation based on every Redditor's experience, past etc. The best advice is simply, talk to her about it. Whatever ends up happening to your relationship after that is what it is. I mean, OP can do that, but 7 months and his girlfriend is not making it public to her friends or family? I don't think communication would be effective. She's already lying about something. Using my common sense, I agree. Something does feel off, right? And OP knows it too. Still, this guy is asking for advice, and I'm not gonna give him an advice that calls his girl a straight up liar, when he can absolutely just go meet with her and have a long conversation about it. You're right. One might say I give random strangers on the internet so much benefit of the doubt. It's my usual stance until the truth/facts are out. Yeah. It's the nice thing to do. I just hope OP is okay. Yeah, same. He deserves a girl that is proud to have him as her man. So I hope he gets his answers. I really appreciate hearing this. I am going to ask about it, and will update. Worldwide comments of the day, just leave him on read. Sounds like sweet karma on the bee. Go no contact on both of them is the best option, honestly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.